7 minutes ago, Azov forces storm Russian troops, column near Yasenov. Ukrainian troops on the Eastern Front managed to repel a Russian attack towards Pokrovsk, destroying enemy tanks and their crews using Javelin missiles and attack drones, according to the Khortytsia Operational Strategic Group. Russian forces attempted to breach Ukrainian defensive lines in the area held by one of the Ukrainian armed forces units. During the assault, a Russian tank advanced toward Ukrainian positions, aiming to break through the fortifications. However, soldiers from a rifle battalion quickly disrupted the enemy's plans. The first strike was delivered by a Javelin anti-tank missile, which hit the turret of the enemy armored vehicle. Then, the Vampire heavy bomber drone completed the job, finishing off the tank and its crew, the command reported. The 141st Separate Mechanized Brigade published a video showing the precision and coordination of the operation. The enemy continues to attempt assaults, but receives a powerful and fitting response every time. And that's how it will be with each of them, the unit emphasized. As previously reported by Defense Express, Ukrainian forces recently destroyed a Russian T-72 Ural tank in the Pokrovsk direction. The strike, carried out using a Nemesis drone, rendered the vehicle inoperable. Ukrainian forces have destroyed a Russian T-72 Ural main battle tank in the Pokrovsk sector, delivering a precise drone strike that neutralized one of the most widely used armored vehicles in the enemy's arsenal. The operation was carried out by operators from the Hideouts UAV battalion, according to the Khortytsia Operational Strategic Group on Telegram. Using the Nemesis bomber drone, Ukrainian pilots identified the target, executed a direct strike, and reduced the tank to scorched metal. The precision and efficiency of the strike highlight the growing impact of drone warfare in Ukraine's defensive operations. The T-72, originally developed in the Soviet Union during the 1970s, has undergone several modernizations over the years and remains a key component of Russia's frontline armored forces. It is equipped with a 125mm smoothbore cannon capable of firing both conventional shells and guided munitions. The tank also features an autoloader system, which reduces crew requirements and enables a faster rate of fire. With reinforced armor and high mobility, the T-72 is built to operate in demanding frontline conditions and support offensive breakthroughs. The Russians are sending waves of infantry assaults across the Pokrovsk direction, throwing bodies at the front in a desperate attempt to stall the Ukrainian advance. But with no armor, no cover, and no chance of surprise, they're being met with the brutal efficiency of Ukrainian machine gun nests that are mowing down reckless Russian assaults that have backfired hard. The goal of the Russians in this area is to stall the Ukrainian counteroffensive effort and prevent them from regaining the operational initiative. This is because of the Ukrainian tactical successes, which resulted in them retaking several key positions at Pishchane, Kotline, Shevchenko, and Solony, allowing them to tighten the noose around the Russian western flank. Continued Ukrainian advance would result in the complete elimination of the Russian pincer, which is why the Russian forces are doing everything they can to preserve it at any cost, throwing endless waves of meat wave assaults at the Ukrainian lines. This way, the Russian commanders hope to overwhelm the Ukrainian forces with sheer numbers, hoping Ukrainians would be forced on the defensive and cease their offensive efforts on the western flank of Pokrovsk. However, the Russians had already exhausted their reserves in this area, running out of steam for continued assaults. To solve this, Russian commanders redeployed forces from other sectors of the front, allowing them to fulfill their manpower needs for the heat wave assaults. However, they could not solve the problem of a shortage of armored vehicles, as the issue was gripping Russians all over the front line in Ukraine. As you might remember, the lack of armored vehicles forced Russians to use civilian cars and pickup trucks for their assaults instead. With the problem solved in the eyes of the Russian High Command, Russian forces increased the intensity of their attacks to the same level as during their initial attempt to take Pokrovsk in a pincer. However, contrary to how Russians gained significant ground during that time, they barely made any advancements at all. Zooming into Uspenivka to use an example, Ukrainians used drones to scatter landmines across the main hardened road Russians used. Additionally, Ukrainian drone operators targeted any Russian vehicle moving into the settlement, as well as any Russian soldiers that managed to dismount and tried to move into the buildings.
Влево.